Welcome to this wonderfully happy occasion. I formally declare this congregation of the University of Portsmouth open. Please be seated.
Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduates. My name is Paul Hayes and I'm a Pro-Vice Chancellor at the University. It is my great privilege to be sharing this precious moment with you, our graduates, with your partners, parents, families and friends. I'm delighted that so many of you have been able to join us today, and it's a great honour to welcome such a diverse community, including some who have travelled from the far corners of the world. We are all united now in our connection to Portsmouth. On behalf of the staff of the University and our visitors here today, I would like to congratulate you, our graduates, on your well-earned achievements. You have demonstrated your capacity for learning, for growing, for giving, for learning beyond the boundaries of your chosen studies, for growing into outstanding professionals with knowledge and integrity, and for giving your time in making a difference to those around you. We are immensely proud of you and all that you have achieved, and you should be justifiably proud of yourselves. As a busy international port, many journeys start and end in Portsmouth, and I hope you can take a moment today to pause and reflect on your own journey with us. Take time to think of where you have come from, to what you've become, and where you are going. Too often today, when we turn on the television or radio or open a paper, we're faced with a barrage of bad news. It would be so easy to be pessimistic, and then a day like today comes along, and I look at your faces and I'm filled with a sense of optimism. I see passionate, highly skilled people ready to reshape our world. It's a tremendous feeling and a welcome reminder that our future is in good hands. Of course, that does not mean that your future journeys are going to be easy. But what is clear is that the demand for the kind of graduate skills that you have developed continues to grow. Your University of Portsmouth qualification has real value in the UK and on a global stage. It provides you with an edge that will be vital to help you tackle the many challenges that the world faces. Today, you're graduating from a university in the top 2% of universities worldwide. We're committed to providing the very best education and an experience that enables our graduates to make a real contribution to society. More than 92% of our graduates from last year were in work or in further study within 6 months of graduation, which is a real achievement in the current economic climate. Not only are our graduates more employable and more active in society, they're also, you may be pleased to hear, far less likely to end up in prison. So do take comfort from that observation. Whilst the vast bulk of the credit for your achievement in graduating day today is clearly yours, I'm sure that you would agree that there are many others that have played a crucial role helping you along the way. You owe much to your parents, partners, children and friends who have all helped by providing encouragement, a shoulder to cry on, a listening ear, and just occasionally, if my children are anything to go by, some cash. And then there are the staff who have inspired you in your learning, who have gone the extra mile to help you with any problem you may have faced. All of these people have kept faith in you and have willed you to succeed, and very soon they will get the pleasure of seeing you take the long walk across this stage and graduate. I think it's appropriate that you, our graduates, should say thank you to everyone who supported and helped you along your journey. So, on the count of 3, let's give them a rousing cheer and a thunderous round of applause. And remember, this ceremony is being broadcast live on the big screen outside. So let's make this very sudden, very loud, and see if we can scare a few people as they walk past. So are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Now, there is no doubt that your degree is valuable, but of course it's your personal enthusiasm and creativity that will now propel you forward. We want you to continue to be a part of the university. We want to be part of your future aspirations. In many ways, you will never really leave us because today is just the beginning of the next step of a lifelong relationship with your university as members of the international community of Portsmouth graduates. Make use of our excellent alumni association and keep in touch as you set out on your future journeys. We want to know where you go next, as you will be the future leaders, thinkers, creators, and innovators. Come back now and again and share your experiences and help us inspire our future students. Remember that in graduating today, you are part of a privileged minority that has had the advantages of a university education. With that privilege comes responsibility. Reflect upon your obligations as graduates. You are trustees of the skills and abilities that you've developed. Use your talents to help enrich society and make a difference for the benefit of others. Raise aspirations among all those you encounter and set an example in behaviour and achievement that others will seek to emulate. You have lived in a diverse environment for the past few years. Take that appreciation of difference and that culture and that friendship with you in all that you do. As a Portsmouth graduate, we want you to be successful because your successes and achievements will reflect well on your university, and our continuing success and achievement will reflect well upon you. You are the future, and I would encourage each one of you to grasp the opportunities that will present themselves. Be bold, be ambitious, never settle for second best. I congratulate you on your awards and wish you every success for the future. Thank you. Well, what happens next is there is a little exchange of words between myself and the Chancellor that makes all of this official. If I fluff my words or Sandy fluffs hers, your degrees are worthless.
No pressure.
Chancellor, I certify that all those present at this ceremony have successfully completed their studies and have satisfied all of the conditions and requirements of the university.
By the authority of the university, I confirm that all those who are duly qualified are hereby admitted to the awards for which they are presented.
Chancellor, I present to you the following successful candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts in Architecture. With first-class honours, Sean Adams. James Ajay Amawankwa. Arme Argamar. Maria Adelikun. Noor Al-Jakanda. Mariam Al-Kandari. Dominic Allen. Cleo Anastasiou. Daniel Antwi. And with first class honours, Louis Armstrong. Vladislav Atarian. Lydia Abioyu. And with first class honours, Grant Ayres. Jose Barbosa. Daniel Beecham. Mohammed Akil bin Mohd Azam. Larry Botchway. And with first class honours, Jonathan Burlow. Francesca Clark. Nicolo Colloway. Matthew Cox. Elgin Davies. Manji Duan. Daniel Elwood. With first class honours, Stephanie Elward. With first class honours, Caitlin Giddins-Byrne. And with first class honours, Russell Gould. William Gould. Samuel Graviou. Gabrielle Greenidge. Damien Gerzib. Zumhur Geochapana. Adam Holmes. Simon Haller. And with first class honours, Anthony Hoskins. With first class honours, George Hutchins. Nathan Ind. With first class honours, Matthew Jabbar. Tadeusz Jainski. With first class honours, Emily Johnson. Joshua Cale. Kristala Keku. With first class honours, Ashley Kendall. Fatima Curfey. Ashlyn Kwong. Ben Langan. Harkin Lee. With first class honours. Stella Macri. Stephen Martin. Phyllis Mekmadova. Loretta Mifsud. Tamara Miron. Paul Moss. And with first class honours, Roberto Matola Diamato. Joe McGenney. Smruti Nair. With first class honours, Connor Nichol. Trisica Nip. With first class honours, James Norman. Joseph O'Brien. Owana Onchika. With first class honours, Alec Parcell. Kay Park. With first class honours, Alexander Paul. Joshua Power. Fernando Cueros. Luke Roberts. Lorna Robertson. With first class honours, Elizabeth Rochia. Emily Rutherford. Kasavari Sabat. Hassan Sahin. With first class honours, Elvira Sayahetidinova. Bethany Sandy. Gary Searle. Neil Singo. Joshua Smith. With first class honours, Mai Smith. Sophie Stremmel. Dan Sueta. Michael Sutton. Parth Talavia. With first class honours, Daniel Tucker. With first class honours, Martin Turnage. Margaret Udonzak. Manuel Urbina. Ashley Wyatt. Jamie Watson. Amy Williams King. Martin Wood. Simon Woodhouse. With first class honours, Evian Worth. Adamantios Santolidis. And with the Bachelor of Arts in Interior Architecture and Design, Leonora Adonteng. With first class honours, April Batrick. Charlotte Bennett-Jane. Izani Casquero Sanchez. Hannah Chambers. Chan Kar Xian. Kimberly Concepcion. Marina Di Credo Miranda. Beatriki Dimitriou. Emily Downing. Heidi Sophie Urte. Rebecca Golder. Georgia Hamilton. Thomas Huddleston. With first class honours, Kintia Kaulina. Angela Ogunmefun. With first class honours, Gajan Panchalingam. Ashka Parekh. Aisha Pavey. Yana Pivko. Sarah Roberts. George Rodriguez. Patricia Rosga. Sarah Ryland. Catherine Seaton. Melina Stamatiu. With first class honours, Agnieszka Stavoska. Kirsty Turner. Nathibed Wankampu. Felia Yusuf. And for the Master of Architecture in Architecture, Mariana Aguirre. Milena Alexieva. And with distinction, Ross Atherton. Kirsten Brown. And with distinction, Alistair Brownlow. With distinction, Daniel Burton. Joshua Cherry. Carlin Chong. Adnan Chowdhury. Armadua. Melissa Gaskins. And with distinction, Richard Amadeep Hansbull. And with distinction, Tyler Holdcroft. Emma James. Isata Kamara. Peter Keenan. Won Yin Lim. Edem Makatansis. With distinction, Anna Osborne. With distinction, Charlotte Partridge. With distinction, Carl Randall. Tom Resch. Amelia Samways. Silpa Singha Radwarapan. Edward Teo. Panayota Valtudi. Elliot Vales. John Boot. With distinction, Martin Webb. With distinction, Liam Whitfield. Ting Feng Wu. Maruna Michaela Zayat. And for the Master of Arts in Interior Design, Ji Liu. Priyanka Sadani. For the Master of Arts in Urban Design, Anthony Adeloye. Tom Coles. For the Master of Science in Historic Building Conservation, Ana Clarissa Carlos. Olivia Mayel. Robin Sheehan.
Chancellor, I present to you the following successful candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts in Contemporary Fine Art. Jade Seister. With first-class honours, Heather Dubois. Oliver Flint. Ashtoreth Gower. With first-class honours, Kimberly Gray. Charlotte Ray. Mariah Rice. Chelsea Rouse. Bachelor of Arts in Fashion and Textile Design with Enterprise, Antonia Antoniou. Sira J. Araya. Shannon Bailey. Erin Ballard. Charlotte Bauer. Bryony Chandler. Abigail DeGru. Emily Dixon. Sophie Edwards. Bryony Frieslar. Natalie Hall. Unka Ayang Ongeunku. Rebecca Latimer. Isabel Mohabir. Hannah Pierce Hibbert. Eloise Parry. Emma Potipa. Mitu Raman. Tanya Marie Richardson. Heather Sells. Abida Siddique. With first class honours, Emily Stretfield. Francesca Underwood. Rachel Ventham. Yasmin Ward. Bachelor of Arts in Graphic Design, Emily Austin. Henna Babsar. With first class honours, Chloe Brooke. Aneta Burkevich. James Carr. Karen Chanakira. With first class honours, Alan Clark. Jamie Cross. With first class honours, Mike Dean. Simone Desborough. Thomas Galloway. Dan Jeanjal. Inga Heilebang. Stephen Harrington. Kamal Hersheson. Cassis Jones. Elisa Kana Garaja. Kalebe Legesse. Adam Longo. With first-class honours, Marit Longquist. With first-class honours, Joe Lynch. Wei Meng. Hannah Morahan. Charlotte Owen. Elliot Palmer. Marcus Pockney. With first-class honours, Georgia Quaddy. Georgina Reeve. With first-class honours, Laura Risby. George Shembry. Amy Sheridan. Connor Steele. With first-class honours, Harry Stewardson. With first-class honours, Heather Stewart. Daniel Taylor. Michelle Tompkins. Catherine Townsend. Stuart Tribe. With first-class honours, Romina Vici. With first-class honours, Michael White. With first-class honours, Laura Wilder. Rebecca Williams. Anna Lee Wood. With first-class honours, Nathaniel Yeo. Bachelor of Arts in Illustration. With first-class honours, Frances Bell. Jasmine Birch. Daniel Burchet. Alice Carter. With first-class honours, Kate Cronin. Vernon de Lima. Chloe Dole. With first-class honours, Aline Dovlatarian. Christopher Essel. Rihanna Eversley. Emily Freeman. Katie Gardner. Roselle Hawes. Erin Hodgson. Amber Hudson Peacock. With first-class honours, Paige Jones. With first-class honours, Bo Sun Lam. Melissa Lehew. Adam McIll Murray. Abby McNeil. James Nichols. Meredith Phipps. Cara Powell. James Price. Jonathan Scott. With first class honours, Dale Sylvester. Fiona Simpson. Holly Stanton. Neil Steenson. Yada Subhadira. With first class honours, Karen True-Levin. With first class honours, Oliver Tubb. With first class honours, Bhavisha Vadgama. Craig Vallin. Konrad Vlodarczyk. Bachelor of Arts in Photography, Christopher Ardner. Phoebe Bland. Claudia Bridge Parkin. Luke Britton. Kerry Chappell. Kira Clinton. With first class honours, Christu Duel-Gerova. Alice Edwards. Faith Edwards. Jade Evans. Luke Gardner. Laura Gowing. With first class honours, Kira Hannon. Layla Henry Thorne. Richard Hurrell. I do apologise. Rachel Hurrell. With first class honours, Svetlana Ivanova. With first class honours, Pam Johns. Bethany Judd. With first class honours, Scott Kendall. Charlotte King. With first class honours, Nathan Klein. With first class honours, Kaho Lee. With first class honours, Albina Lika. Jessica Lucas. Samara Martin. With first class honours, Emma Mascari. Kaylee Muir. Kavita Amish. Lucy Payne. Roberto Payne. Charlotte Purnell. Russell Stewart. Natalie Taylor. Abby Tullett. Emily Vistua. Emma Ward. Nicole Winwright. Master of Arts in Fine Art, Josephine Scott. Master of Arts in Graphic Design, Judith Webber. Doctor of Philosophy for a programme of research in Designing with Data in Mind, Designer Perceptions on Visualising Data within Editorial Information Design Practice. Panagiotis Galanis.
Chancellor, I present to you Bo Sun Lam, BA Hons Illustration, who will respond to the University on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, guests, and my fellow schoolmates, I'm Bo Sun Lam from BA Hons Illustration. It's an honor to represent the graduates class of 2015 and to give you a speech on this wonderful day when we're all gathered together to celebrate our achievements. We would like to say thank you to the University of Portsmouth for the opportunities it has given us. This university is so good to students. It provides us a lovely study environment like the library, the park, and different IT rooms in our faculty. It also offers departments and mediums to solve problems, like Moodle, the Internet Learning Resources, Purple Door for finding jobs, volunteering, guidelines of a career, and how to write a CV. Furthermore, the university also takes care of our health, finance, or even housing issues. As a student from art and design or architecture, we have spent most of our time in Eldon Building over the last 3 years. Eldon is a building with east, south, west, and north wings. A building that's full of creative people. A building which had beach chairs for enjoying the sunlight, so we didn't have to go down to the South Sea beach to get inspiration. We would also like to say thanks to our Faculty of Creative and Cultural Industries, which we call CCI. CCI gave us many facilities to help us get through the last 3 years, like the CCI Skill Center, the print room, sewing room, laser cutting room, Mac area, and our own studio. We are glad to have our lovely and nice staff and lecturers. You have been so supportive to us. Thank you for patience and time. Thank you for holding our workshops. Thank you for inviting different guest speakers. Thank you for guiding us to be a professional artist or architect. As well as the wonderful CCI staff, the university has great support staff. For example, the field center, the union, the cafe, or for those of us English as a second language, EAP, in Park Building. We will never forget the memories we made in this university, the effort we put into our projects, those times we spent on final pieces, and the friendship we made with both teachers and course-mates. Finally, we would like to say thanks to our family and friends. Thanks for love and support. Thanks for believing in us, and on behalf of all of us graduates today, I know I can say that we honor this trust. We finally come to the graduation day. After 3 years training, we have become professional. We are now ready to get into society with our creative CV, portfolio, and official website. And whatever our individual ambitions, we are well prepared and confident to face the future, thanks to the University of Portsmouth. I wish all of us will have a successful future. Thank you very much.
So look at you, you're graduates. How great is that? Let's hear it for them. Woo! So one of the great privileges of being Chancellor, apart from, being allowed to dress up as a wizard, is that I get to pass on a few words at graduation. For the mature graduates, I doubt I can be very helpful. You have already made the brilliant decision to continue your education, and I applaud you for it. You are an inspiration to us all. Let's hear it for the mature graduates. For the brilliant young people graduating today, the first thing I would say is that you are brilliant young people, and don't let anyone in the older generation tell you otherwise. I have great faith in you, and I can only apologize for the many messes my generation has been responsible for. Improving one's mind, it ought to be a fundamental right, yet there are millions of children across the world who are prevented from going to school every day. We don't know the exact figures, but there's about 775 million illiterate adults worldwide, with 2/3 of them women. I don't know how many of you saw it. It was a very affecting picture doing the rounds on the internet and in the news last week of a 9-year-old boy called Daniel Cabrera. He lives in the central Philippines. Daniel's family lives in extreme poverty. He was seen trying to do his homework at night on a stool placed close to a McDonald's window so he could catch the light from the shop. That is determination. And the truth is, you are already among the world's elite in terms of the schooling you have received. Now, today, July the 17th, 2015, this is a very big day for you. It is the day you take your place in the world as others have done before you. So what are you going to do with this great position that you find yourselves in? Well, there's a few things that I would suggest to you. First of all, make sure you participate in what happens in the world. This week, as it happens, is the anniversary of the storming of the Bastille in 1789, one of the iconic moments of the French Revolution. Now, I am not suggesting you storm anywhere today. I expect some of you have got dinner reservations, but I am saying that nothing pleases me more than occasionally seeing people in a rage. If you care about things, sometimes you have to get angry. A couple of years ago, there were protests in London by students about the, frankly, appalling increase in university fees which your generation has suffered. And my son was 16 at the time, and he phoned me up and he said, would it be all right if he participated? And I said, darling, here's the key thing you need to learn about protesting. You don't ask your mother, you just get on with it. So fight. Fight for what you believe in. I think about a woman that you probably have never heard of. She was called Dorothea Lind Dix. She died today, July the 17th, in 1887. She was born in Massachusetts at the turn of the 19th century. So this is a period of time when women, frankly, didn't found anything, and they certainly were not expected to find solutions to any problems. She went on to establish the very first mental health care facilities in the United States at a time when, frankly, no one thought anyone with psychiatric troubles needed help rather than punishment. If you see a problem, might be a local problem, might be on a grander stage, don't leave it up to somebody else to solve. Think of Dorothea Dix, who did something extraordinary for her time, and step forward. Be passionate. Love with all your hearts, because life is nothing without passion. Be passionate about those you love, about what you do. Promise me this: if you are ever bored rigid in a job, leave. Find anything else to do. And don't stay with a partner just because you are scared to be alone. You deserve better. So, here's the thing. Being passionate means sometimes you have to be prepared to stand alone, to try something nobody else ever thought was a good idea. Like Douglas Corrigan, it was today, July the 17th, in 1938, that he took off from New York to fly the wrong way to Ireland. He became known for the rest of his life as Wrong Way Corrigan. Now, how do you go the wrong way? So here's what happened. He'd flown from California to New York, but he didn't have permission to fly on to Ireland, and he wanted to fly the Atlantic, but he only had permission to return to California. Now, in those days, only the great aviator Charles Lindbergh had flown the Atlantic, and he'd done it with bags of money invested in an excellent plane. Corrigan had a ramshackle plane which he had built himself, and nobody thought he could make it. So when he took off, he simply claimed that he went the wrong way, and that he meant to go to California, but he headed to Ireland by mistake, and the miles of ocean instead of land beneath him was something he never noticed the entire trip. It took him 27 hours. All he had with him was 2 chocolate bars, 2 boxes of fig bars, and some water. He had no radio, and his compass was 20 years old. But you know what he had? He had guts. And when he returned to America, more people turned out for his Broadway ticker tape parade than had honored Lindbergh after his triumphant transatlantic flight. Sometimes you need to go the wrong way. If you have what everybody else thinks is a crazy idea, you know what? Follow your heart. Don't listen to the crowd. If you believe something is right, sometimes you will have to go it alone. And while you fight for what you believe in, which I'm passionate about, I would also urge you to allow a little tiny bit of room for doubt. Don't be so extreme in your views that you don't allow some room for the thoughts of others. It was today, in 1975, that an American Apollo and a Soviet Soyuz spacecraft docked with each other in orbit, marking the first such link-up between spacecraft from the two nations. How much better a symbol that is than the current Cold War we see being escalated. I'm sure that in your time, these wonderful academics have taught you that there are many ways to solve or even view the same problem. Being so certain that you are right about something fails to allow for the possibility that someone else might have an even better idea. Cooperation and conciliation help us to survive. So have a think about how you interact with the world. Now, this week, as it happens, is the 9th birthday of Twitter, one of the largest social media platforms in the world. I don't tweet because I have a life, but I'm not at all against these great technological developments for how we communicate. But here is my advice. Try and be of the moment. So what does that mean? Well, instead of texting or tweeting people who are not with you that you are having a wonderful time, try having a wonderful time with the people you are actually with. Now, for the younger ones amongst you, sometimes that may even be your parents. And now that you are officially grown up, you may be shocked to discover there is more to them than you thought. And here's a really radical thought. Maybe stop taking pictures of yourself long enough to admire the view. I don't know, it's crazy. I would just pass on, this is my own personal thing, when eventually you have kids of your own, there is a very useful rule of thumb that I would pass on. Never have more kids than you have car windows. It's my mistake. Parents, a quick note to you. There may also be more to your kids than you thought. And you will soon discover this, as even children with degrees are unlikely to leave home, so good luck with that. What else? Beauty. You all look so beautiful today. That's because you're all dressed up and because you're young. The bad news, it's not going to last. Boys, your hair will go. Girls, you don't want to know what's going to go. But here is the good news. The world is a beautiful place, and your store of knowledge, even with a degree, is simply in its infancy. There are so many wonderful books to read, paintings to admire, and music to get lost in, and I envy you the journey ahead. Don't dwell on your failures. I have them all the time. You only have to look on the television channel Dave to see them. And they occur for a reason. They occur so that you can learn from them. But don't focus on your failures. You know, if you're running a race and you fall over a stick, standing and staring at the stick is not going to help you finish the race. You are part of a great human history. Learn from those who have gone before you and do enough that those who come after are grateful that you were here. You know, sometimes rough things are going to happen, but you can get through them. I think about Beethoven. I think his Ode to Joy is probably my favorite piece of music. It comes, of course, from the Ninth Symphony. It's a work of absolute genius. By the time the symphony was ready to be performed, Beethoven had gone deaf. What an irony in life. He was the one person who never heard it. Nevertheless, on the night of the premiere, he was seen running through the streets of Vienna shouting, "Grab life by the throat." Do that, for it is the best advice of all. Be proactive, be positive, and dear God, be passionate. Go change the world. I know you have it in you, and it certainly wants doing. Many congratulations. I formally declare this congregation of the University of Portsmouth closed. Please be upstanding.